Did you know that according to the American Institute of Stress, 73% of the total population of the United States experience psychological symptoms of stress? The majority of adults in the U.S. have experienced stress in some sort of way. Whether it is influenced in the workplace, school, or someone's personal life, stress seems to consume a lot of individuals. I myself have had stress pertaining to my job. I work with 4-year-olds at a daycare, and at times it gets very stressful, but I try not to let it overwhelm me. Everyone at some point in their lives may be in a deal of a lot of stress. I feel like it's important to know the signs and symptoms of stress and know of ways of how to relieve or avoid stress altogether so that it does not lead to any further problems. So the question is, what is stress? Stress is a state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. According to HelpGuide.org's article over stress, the nervous system responds by releasing a flood of stress hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol. There are 3 different areas that stress can affect. The signs and symptoms of stress, according to HelpGuide.org, are cognitive symptoms. Cognitive symptoms include memory problems, anxious or racing thoughts, constant worrying, and an inability to concentrate. The second one is emotional symptoms. The emotional symptoms include moodiness, irritability, short temper, a sense of loneliness or isolation, and unhappiness. And the third symptom is behavioral. Behavioral symptoms include eating more or less, how an individual will sleep too much or too little, and very nervous habits. There are different symptoms of stress, and they all have different effects on the human's body or brain. There are many long-term and short-term effects that stress can have on an individual, and some of the following include weight gain or loss without any dieting. You are more prone to have a drastic weight change when you are consumed with stress. The second one is increased smoking, alcohol, or drug use when you are under the pressure of stress. And the third one is that stress can lead to depression, which 17.5 million Americans are affected with some form of depression. The health effects from stress also include that our immune system is lowered. You are more prone to get sick very often, as all your flu shots or other vaccinations to prevent them will not be as effective. The second one is that your digestive, excretory, reproductive systems would stop working normally. And over time, continuous strain on your body from routine stress may lead to serious health problems such as heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, depression, anxiety disorder, and other illnesses. But don't worry, there are many ways that you can help reduce stress, and so that it does not lead into any further complications. Here are some ways on how to cope with stress from the National Institute of Mental Health. Do not overwhelm yourself. You have to set priorities and decide what must get done first and what can wait. And you should also avoid dwelling on problems. If you can't do this on your own, try to seek help from a qualified mental health professional who can guide you. And the third one is to exercise regularly, just for 30 minutes a day of gentle walking can help boost your mood and reduce stress. Now you all have learned about the symptoms and effects of stress. I hope that you all have found the insight over stress and have some knowledge on how to deal or relieve the stress. To know that it's not a simple issue, and everyone can, and it can lead to much greater issues if it's not taken care of properly. And here are my sources. One from the National Institute of Mental Health. We also have the facts sheet of stress and stress symptoms, signs, and causes. Thank you very much for watching.